I'm Johnny Walker Dread, as everybody knows. I have the Johnny Walker Dread channel where I disclose a whole lot of corruption and just bad logic and nastiness coming from all walks of earth. A lot of it lately coming out of Tiffany Henyard, the most corrupt mayor in the country, and Rashad Ritchie, who pretty much everybody hates by now. So, if you really despise the whole race grifting, race baiting stuff, you really need to subscribe to my channel because I cover it a lot. And I have a guest with me, and why don't you introduce yourself?
Well, I just go by Chirp. I have a couple of advanced degrees, but everybody just calls me Chirp. And lately, I've been on a kick with phony degrees and trying to research why people do this and what's
Well, I
their
mean, we know
incentive.
why. I mean, what's the main impetus, right?
Right, right.
Money.
It's just more of trying to understand human nature. Maybe looking out and seeing what we can do. How could we find and identify maybe a phony school or a university or a legitimate one? It's starting to become a problem, and I think given everything that's going on with our government, it's good that we take care of each other. And I hope to do a little bit of that tonight.
By the way, we do kind of know the creator of this latest university, but my impetus for doing this is, well, it started with Rashad Ritchie when I was uncovering all the phony degrees that he had, and just absolutely just going ballistic over the fact that the guy could have so much gall to claim what he does. And then he started his own university trying to basically, you know, collect money from overseas unwitting people who really want an advanced degree, maybe for pride, maybe they need it for an advancement, maybe they need it to get into the United States or something. And they're looking around and they've worked hard for their money and they send off their money to some place where they think they're going to get something and the money is just gone. So I figured that maybe what we could do is highlight this latest university and talk about how we go about uncovering. And by the way, we're not going to make a claim here that Graham International University is fake. What we want to do is disclose how we look at this, and then you can, the viewer, can decide on your own whether you think that something like this is worth sending away your hard-earned money. Anything you want to add to that?
Well, it's such a contrast to what some Americans would do. I find it ironic that some Americans are quick to buy overseas degrees, but it never dawned on me that maybe people overseas would want to look at the U.S. online universities, and when they see a stateside university, that's attractive. That's worth something.
And part
So
of it is also they have this image, I think, that if it's from the United States, it's got to be legitimate. I mean, like it's America, right? In
right.
America, if there's one thing we know about America is that it's really good at stamping out corruption. They don't allow this kind of stuff to go on, right? I mean, in a way, though, there's some truth to that because I remember when I was in Jamaica and we went on my honeymoon to Jamaica, but I really went to Jamaica because I wanted to pick up records. I didn't tell my wife that until we got back. So that's the reason why I chose that place, right? So I went to Jamaica, and we're engaging in what the touristy things, and some of them are just downright dangerous. And I'm thinking, how would they allow this to happen? But we're used to in the United States having huge insurance restrictions and huge safety codes and stuff.
Right.
And so people, when they look at the United States, they think, well, it's got to be legitimate. They have so many regulations and stuff. It turns out, though, the United States does have a lot of chinks in the armor, and we're
Yeah.
going to expose some of this, I think, today.
Yes.
Uh, okay. Anything else you want before we push this thing over?
No, I'm ready to dive in. Let's do this.